Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 15, Week 1. Today, we got Los Muertas, the Cheeseburger team, taking on Sandgangers, the Manoy team.
Radiant team
And with
ban.
me here today, we've
Dire
got
team
Randy,
ban.
the Doctor of
Hello.
Dota,
Yes.
Radiant team ban.
and some other guy we found off the back of a truck.
Hello, I am Jesus.
We got Jesus! I don't think that's Jesus.
It's Jesus.
Unsurprising to see that the Broodmother pick, I would not be surprised at all
10
if
seconds
Los
remaining.
Muertos had a 100% Broodmother PB in their games.
Dire team remaining.
I like how the Sandganger's banner is just the letter S.
Well, there's the G in there somewhere. It's just on the other side of the banner.
It just didn't do it right. It's a classic season. All the banners are going to be cut incorrectly.
Team pick.
We've got half of Muerta's concept art face.
Yeah, that's true. First pick, Silencer. It's an interesting first pick. I don't know how much I like it first pick. It's a very good hero right now, but I don't think it's good in a vacuum. I think it needs context to be all that good.
Remaining.
Pudge and Lena ban. No surprise on the Lena ban. Honestly, I'm already thinking Lena might be the 100% PB hero this season.
Team pick.
Like overall. Either just gets banned out or picked in the first round every game. And speaking of heroes, that's not going to be the case for. We got a Beastmaster here. I'm not really 100% sure how Los Muertos are gonna lay in their cores. So. Oh, another hero that's going to be omnipresent this season. Both of these heroes are a bit unfortunate against Silencer, I think. Funnily enough. Beastmaster's Borkin kind of kicked Silencer's ass, but, you know, both of them are very, very vulnerable to a badly timed global silence, and Beast is probably not going to get BKB for a while.
They kind of picked two spellcaster heroes.
Yeah.
I guess Beastmaster's a pseudo spellcaster, but they picked two spellcasters into.
I mean, if you wanted to actually do anything in a fight rather than just sitting there and looking mean while your board does all the work, you're a spellcaster.
Yeah.
Oh, Cheeseburger is now playing Dota too, funnily enough.
Although if those two are landing against the Silencer's really not going to have a fun time. A combination of 3 slows between the boar and 2 of Treant's slows.
Yeah, it could be potentially
meaty ass auto attacks.
But that could also. Okay.
He's ever out of position.
First phase, we're picking up the Slark. That is very ballsy. Manoy is clearly not taking this matchup seriously.
No, that's actually like a really good counterpick to those two.
That's true, but I feel like even with 3 bans, it's very risky to pick Slark at this point. Like, you can just very easily pick up somebody to fuck that over. And while Slark's going to counter Beastmaster in a vacuum, if you got somebody that Slark needs to deal with more pressingly than the Beastmaster, then suddenly that matchup doesn't look so good anymore.
Well, that's where the Silencer comes in.
Ideally, yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I suppose with the Silencer, then Slark's a lot better, because basically everything that possibly counters Slark is going to be handled by the Silencer, but it's like, you're putting a lot of weight on that Silencer to do well, and it's going to be especially not so great if that's going to be a support Silencer, for reasons we'll get into when we get into the game. Enigma band out here, looking at the godlike man Enigma.
With the classic.
Lesh is banned because Lesh is stupid and annoying. A bit surprising they're going to ban it out when they have the Silencer in the field, but...
No, they banned it out because none of Lesh's spells are unaffected by Slark's ultimate. So all of them, except I guess Lightning, go through Slark's ultimate.
Yes,
true.
That's true.
But if the idea is that Silencer is going to be handling the spells anyway, which
Lesh doesn't care about Silencer because he presses W and he presses R and he runs into the middle of the fight.
None of anyway.
Yeah.
That's all you need for that is just predict when Lesh is about to come in and have good timing, easy money.
Even then, Lesh could have popped his ultimate like 3 seconds before he came into the fight. hit some creeps.
But what I'm getting at here is more that it seems like the same logic for, Silencer is going to be okay as a first pick to protect the Slark seems to follow that. Like that's the reason they picked the Silencer. So it's interesting that they're going back on that now. The Storm Spirit's out. I do agree it probably wouldn't really work, but that seems to be why they picked it, is I guess what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah.
No Storm Spirit, that's a bit interesting. Looking at Reedy with
10
that one.
seconds remaining.
I don't think you ban the
5
Storm Spirit in
seconds
particular
remaining.
in this patch unless you have a particularly good reason to. It's going to be interesting to see
He bans it
exactly
from
what can
Manoy.
cut. Yeah.
It's his signature mid hero, even though he's not playing mid.
Yeah, there we go. I don't know. I always think of Manoy with Tinker.
SF.
Radiant
SF
team
Tinker.
ban.
Yeah. Trail Ranger
And
ban.
there's the Drow ban. I don't know that that's a good ban, because Slark is
Radiant
traditionally
team
picked to
pick.
counter Drow, because Slark is quite capable of getting on top of Drow with an Ags and like Diffusal, something like that.
And they ban it here because it's a cheeseburger hero, and they want to shrink his pool.
That's fair.
Dire team pick.
I don't even know what position the man's playing. Skywrath Mage.
Looks like it's gonna be Beast and Skywrath against the Slark. I think that's
Probably.
really annoying for a Slark, because that man is a low health melee hero, and Skywrath
10
Beast will do a
seconds
lot of
remaining.
damage from afar.
Putting a
Also,
lot of
the casual knight.
5 seconds remaining.
putting a lot of onus on the Skywrath Mage here to do well. If Skywrath Mage can silence the silencer before the global comes out, then there's not really anything, especially if that's a support, not really anything silencer can do about it, and you've just basically traded, like you've not even traded a slot for a slot. Skywrath can still do things, silencer just can't anymore.
In a stand-up fight, I don't think there's any way that Skywrath would be able to do that unless they're trying to catch out the
Dire
silencer.
team pick.
But it's more about the Slark. If Skywrath can silence the Slark before he gets Dark Packed off, then he's just very fucked in every situation.
That's also true. Well, I don't know if they can kill him if the global lands, but I
If
think
the global,
seconds
yeah.
remaining.
But
Yeah.
that Oracle is there to exactly prevent that.
5 seconds
So now
remaining.
you've got the Insta-Purge and Never Die ability.
Yep.
The only thing that can go through False Promise is Axis Culling Blade if you're low enough on health. Because that thing just kills you, period. Death protections be damned.
Sanganger's running very low on time here.
Well,
Radiant
personally, I
team
think
pick.
they're winning the draft right now. I like Mars now as well.
I don't think I like Mars in games where Mars is good right now, to be honest with you, but we'll see how it
Be
goes.
that as it may, this is a fairly good Mars game. They needed a stun initiation,
10 seconds
and
remaining.
this, I don't know.
5
Why is
seconds
that?
remaining.
There we go.
Dire team ban.
Also, Mars Silencer is probably a very annoying lane. PL.
I mean, the good news is that PL, there's one hero on that entire enemy team that PL cares about, basically.
Yeah.
And even then, he only cares about that specific hero when he hits Soul. This is going to be a very
10
big game for
seconds
Silencer ults in particular. If the globals aren't really awesome
5
in this
seconds
game, then
remaining.
things can go really bad in this, I think. They are
I don't really
really
think
hitching
PL
their
is
horse
sold.
to that. What?
I don't think PL is sold. Like, this looks kind of dangerous unless the last pick is something that solves PL.
Slark is okay into PL because his pounce can only hit the real PL. And Mars is the same sort of thing where Spear can only stun the correct one, but both of those are not the highest AoE abilities. So if you don't actually get the correct line to hit the real PL, then
He's just going to
he
whoop your
can
ass.
he can just run away with that game because then
Dire
you don't know
team
which
ban.
one's the real PL.
I mean, I feel like a problem is that in both cases, like in both of those cases, like even if Slark pounces PL, there's going to be a bit of a okay now what situation going on.
No, because he pounces PL and then pops his ultimate. And what the fuck does PL do?
10 seconds
And Dark
remaining.
Pact can get rid of his illusions fairly well. And with
5
Mars
seconds.
Spear
Red
and
team ban.
whatever his W's called on Mars, you can reject PL's advances
That's
fairly
true.
well.
That's true in a vacuum, but PL is not the only member of this team. Now he can be
It's
if the
true.
global silence is super baller, but again, that global silence has to be
Dire
super baller.
team pick.
If Slark catches the real PL, oh, we're about to go town on you now, and then the Skywrath ult just
Radiant
hits where
team pick.
Slark like hits the middle of the pounce leash, then what now? You know, got a Tiny coming up here. Tiny could definitely be good in this game.
Support Silencer.
Yep,
Or support Tiny, I guess.
confirms one of the two as support. I'm guessing support Silencer rather than the support Tiny. Could be
Nah,
either.
it's Mid
10
Oracle. They're
seconds
both
remaining.
supports.
There we go.
Middle,
Cryptic Gaming.
pretty good.
5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero.
And the OD,
It's
which
really
is
good against both Tiny and Silencer in lane. So
just one more
Probably a mid
thing.
Tiny. That's a mid Tiny.
it's Mid Tiny.
Cheeseburger has declined to give DeVires what he wanted this season, which was pause 4. Sad day for DeVires. I. Hmm. Is that going to be a support Space Cowboy? I thought this
Well,
guy's a mid only player. It's interesting.
well, it happens. When you've got a PL gamer as good as DeViris on your team, you kind of just want to put him on PL in a game like this.
It's true.
They picked 4 heroes that mediocrely deal with PL. Or Q is a purge, right? Does it get rid of illusions, or does it only purge this first target?
I think it just damages the illusions. It purges the primary target.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think basically more or less you could say this game is just going to be predicated on how well Silencer does. Like, Silencer in particular has so much on his plate. I think Los Muertas are going to win every fight where the global silence doesn't win it, basically.
I personally think that it'd be better based off of Tiny. That Tiny's either going to run the game or absolutely just feed, maybe.
Well, I
Prepare
Or
mean,
that
for
if
battle.
for
Tiny doesn't have a good enough game, it doesn't create the space that everybody else needs to do well.
for Tiny or Flark to really have much of a game in this situation, I think that both are still predicated on the global silence. Like, Silencer himself isn't going to carry the game, but it's like that ult is going to mean that you basically make the difference. Either the globals are going to be awesome and the cores are going to be able to smash people up every single fight, or the ults aren't going to be good, and every time the cores try to do something, there's going to be an OD save, the Beastmaster shout, Skywrath is going to get involved, tree ult.
Well, seeing as how Skywrath has 2 HP at level like 20, he will just die to either Slark or Tiny getting on top of
30
him.
seconds to battle.
That's true, but on the other hand, if Slark or Tiny are wasting time getting on top of them, that means that some time is not spent getting rid of the more pressing problem in this game.
It's true if they're team fighting. If they're just like picking off supports and then the fight after that is bad for PL, then it can work. But
It's true.
Depends.
So a lot of this, and that's putting themselves into a
battle
situation
begins.
where the global is not going to be their friend, really. Rune split, nothing too interesting coming out here.
I mean, they could use Global for the pickoff. And then guarantee the kill, and then either get out or just continue the fight 4v5 without Global.
Well, if you're gonna do that, I think the one you need to get rid of is just going to have to be the Treant, I think. If you try to do the 4v5 without the global and the tree ult is still there, then you're just not gonna do anything. Silencer just going to
stage of the game, but yeah.
Silencer just going to donate about half of his HP to Treant to start things off here, so it seems like a good as time as any for the roll call. So, on Los Muertas, Pause 1, you have the man who did not want to be Pause 1 this season, Davirez, on the PL. Pause 2, you have captain of the team Cheeseburger on the OD. Pause 3, you've got Turtles, sponsored by Xana, on the Beastmaster. Pause 4, Space Cowboy on the Skywrath Mage. Man, they're really taking it to Manoy here. Man, he's like almost dead. If only Skywrath was level 2 here. And pause 5, you've got Treant Protector, being played by Giraffe / the Beatus. Meanwhile, on Sandgangers, pause 1, captain of the team, Mihoy Manoy Doodle Bob himself. Space Cowboy really being a big, obnoxious person in this lane. Pause 2, you've got Reedy on the Tiny. Pause 3, you've got Godlike Matt on the Mars. I was about to make a crack there, I probably shouldn't, to continue suspension of disbelief. Pause 4, we've got Black Otter on the Silencer. And pause 5, we've got Jackie Chin on the Oracle. Okay, well, things are suddenly going real bad for Skywrath here.
This is just kind of what's going to happen to Skywrath for the rest of the game.
Put himself kind of out of position there.
It's a level 2 Oracle, so any support guides there, I think. Or at least most do.
Yep. And, the ultimate insult is that after he dies, PL calls him simple-minded. Okay, this could be a dead, never mind.
Honestly, it could have been dead the other way if Matt used his Q on the tree there. Just gets run down by Silencer.
Let's, undo that. So again, Skywrath, just trying to just be as obnoxious and frontline as much as possible here. He's actually giving Beastmaster a lot of space, which is interesting. Beastmaster is the core with the lowest amount of last hits, probably owing to the fact that he only plays Broodmother. But having an okay lane against like a Slark is not bad any way you slice it. So one of those cores that can really ruin your lane phase if you're off lane. It's like, you know, Ursa can be bad depending on your matchup. Or, okay, never mind, hold on. What the hell happened? I mean, I assume I know what the hell happened. Yep, fuck, just 100 to 0'd him there.
Yeah, you can precast Oracle's Q on Slark, and then by the time Pounce ends, it'll land.
True.
And Odie's also gonna go down.
You just got tossed on power there, it seems. Into a tiny stun, also under tower.
Never very good to experience.
Radiant's middle tower.
And OD's base stats may be obscene, but not even OD can take 20 tower shots. And a tiny combo.
Jackie Chin gonna reset.
Yep. Although, neutral creeps don't give you the same amount. 9 to a tower used to be the gold standard.
Bit of a healing sab drop here. Manoy wants his sab, baby. Bit of an awkward time for the departure, unfortunately, as it's going to mean that, that's a good move there on Jackie's part. Just making sure, yep. Just making sure. Because if he doesn't purge the slow, that makes him a sitting duck for throwing axes, and those would probably kill him at that HP mark.
Maybe.
And here they don't get ruin the sap, potentially. So, good move to get rid of those instantly. Black Otter's
raindrops decided on Mars. Yes.
PL, PL going for a ring of health. Just a casual ring of health. Stat
Search for Hood at some point. He might have put on Courier actually. Yeah, he does.
He does, yep.
Wow. Why Hood this game? There's no extreme amounts of magical damage through. I guess Slark.
Tiny. If you want to get rid of most of Tiny's early game, that's a great way to go about it. It's definitely good insurance because if he doesn't get that, I think he is vulnerable in the early goings to Tiny just randomly showing up, avalanche toss, and he's just dead.
Manoy, you need to hit those last hits, buddy.
Tiny is
Hello,
shut
Tiny.
up the top. Predictable results.
Yeah.
Skywrath attempts to leave is going to be interrupted. That really sucks. He's not going to be able to TP back into this lane.
Tiny coming, Slark getting 2 stacks. Feels pretty good.
Yep. Tiny opting to go bot here now.
That arcane ring. Something to put in work. Not being able to get tossed off there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh. Getting tossed to the...
Sure, I've wasted a load of time with this kill. They did ultimately cut down the tree in the end, but I think it took so much time to actually get that done that I don't know if it was necessarily worth it, especially considering how much damage this tower is taking.
No, it's kind of worth it. Tiny can't really lane that well against OD, I think.
That's
right
true, but like I think, well, I mean, he already got the kill on OD anyway. I think you'd rather get something more useful done than chasing a pause 5 for 10 minutes, you know?
Do you want to click on the OD for me?
Sure thing.
I want to see what build you want. Okay, you want Max Astral, yeah.
Manoy dodges the whirling axes there, that's what it said.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
On the other hand, they have already lost their T1 tower here. It's not
Did
so
Manoy
good.
grab a stick in that lane?
When I grab a stick, I'm gonna guess... Oh, no.
Nope. Okay. It's a bit of a self-grief.
The virus's hood just completely eats the all the damage that's coming out from him on him in this lane. Actually, the hood plus the living armor is really nasty for these two to deal with. It seems like for a while, PL has been just pretty much free. I'm gonna try and dive the tower here from Matt, but I don't know if he's getting this.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Raindrops value.
Cheeseburger being very annoying to this lineup back here. Reedy actually rotates bot to try and get this kill and doesn't get anything for it. It's only a rotation for a kill because they're not going to get Mars, surely. That's sad. Giraffe attempted to knock out the clarity there and missed. Treon Protector also knows what these funny little raindrops are. That's crazy. This is like 2 more raindrops than you usually see an entire season of LD2L. This is very sad. Like, Mars just can't do anything to PL. He can just sit here and watch. It's not like PL is going to be able to credibly kill him either, but when you're the offlane, that's not the situation you want.
That's the treant effect, presently.
Really hurt, indeed.
We're hitting the wrong one.
Yeah, they actually leashed the right one and tried to kill the wrong one, and Manoy died.
Okay, so Turns out that Matt doesn't know the tech that Mars Spear only hits the real Mars.
And Manoy doesn't know that the leash only hits the real PL.
Yeah.
They
Alright,
both
well,
revealed their... Okay. Gareth
because that
here.
PL should have been dead if Mars just used his Q.
Yeah.
PL's got a hood.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Silencer still has yet to hit level
Dire's
6.
middle tower has fallen.
Cheeseburger taking out the mid T1 here. All 5 members of the Sandgangers here are bot.
Dire's top
No
tower
Mars
is
ult,
under
no
attack.
global.
Beastmaster is hitting the T2 top while they're doing this, actually getting it faster. Oh my god!
Zero might not actually do anything else. We can kill towers and 1v1 you.
Well, rest in peace, godlike Matt. That was
Radiant's bottom tower
that was
is
a very
under
snap decision there from old Turtles. To immediately drop that. You would not expect to see that on somebody whose account is 99.9% Brute Mother plays.
I am of the opinion that they're wasting time by having 3 people bottom right now. They've got a Treant just sitting here, and they're either going to commit all 5 people to kill this tower, or they're just going to leave it alone. Because that's what you do against Treant. You need the Tiny there if you're going to kill the tower.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be tough in either case. Because if they do go all the way on killing the tower, then A, Treant has his ult now, you got that to worry about. B, you could have a rotation in from the OD or the Beastmaster just to screw things up even more for this push.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an epic siege, no matter what, and it's not exactly the most ideal situation here. Nobody can do anything to this PL. It feels like on that team, it feels like everyone's damage early.
In that case, I think in that case, Beastmaster is just happy to continue hitting that top tier 2.
Yep.
Instead of having to rotate bottom, because that's what he would do in that case. And now they're just sitting here, regenerating this tower.
Well, what I'm saying is that if they like commit so much that they have to put themselves into vulnerable positions, you know, Beastmaster can just come in and kick your ass. Credibly get some kills out of it, and he, as you said, he doesn't need to. Certainly not yet. Like, look at this. This is.
I don't even think he wants to. He's
Yeah.
hitting a tier 2 top. They're trading a tier 2 for tier 1 in that case. And Matt's up there, yeah, but look how much health is on that tier 2. He's about to die.
Yep.
So,
Giraffe has been wasting a lot of the enemy's time this game, from keeping Reedy's attention for a minute and a half at bot to keeping this tower alive for 30 minutes.
they're wasting so much time here. It's really not good.
At least they have this really deep ward in the jungle here, which has gone unseen.
PL hitting creeps. And that's it. And they're not doing anything with it.
So.
Yeah, unless they send 4 people there. This is going terribly right now. It's like Seb said in True Voice, and TI8 it, or TI9 it was. These people are just watching me meme hammer a wave three waves in a row. Like, they're doing the exact same thing LGD did, but worse. They're just watching. This is exactly how Los Muertas wants to be playing this game, and they're letting it happen. They're not running at these towns. They're not getting kills.
It's definitely hard to say that they could credibly get a kill on PL anyway. It feels like the hood alone.
They could definitely get a kill on PL. That hood is not a be-all and all.
They need to get so much in, and he has to have so few people around. That's the problem. Like, everything has to go very, very well to actually get a kill on him. They are going to get a kill on the OD and the Treant Protector there.
The exact same thing what just happened to those two could happen to the PL, and then he dies. And if they smoke onto him and do that, then You just need 3 people. Silence, Global, and Marzalt, and that's it. Or in
This
Slark.
Beast Hunter is just a thorn in the side of this Manoy team right now.
Well, because the way you deal with Beastmaster is just ganking him over and over again. They're sending 1 people to deal with him over and over again. This is how you deal with Beastmaster.
Beast and Brood actually are pretty similar in that they do 2 things really well, and it's push towers and 1v1 heroes. So if you send 1 person to deal with an offlane like this, it's like griefing.
Unless you have a hero that's specifically able to deal with either of them. Like Centaur against Broodmother for example. Like Broodmother does nothing against that hero. Centaur with a hood. I mean, Manoy is top net worth, but
Yep, he only actually got that position in that string of kills there. Before the double up bot and the kill at top, he was like 3rd place.
yeah.
He's got a lot of comeback ult.
It's really unplayable for Manoy after 30 minutes. Because this skill is not killable now. I think he is killable now, but like with a lot of effort.
He's killable now once like every 30 minutes.
I don't think he's killable at all.
And that's a good example of how like a kill on PL can potentially go wrong. We didn't have the global there, but like if PL is already in the middle of the dodge when the global goes down, well, rip anyway.
Does Reedy not? Reedy needs to toss people back to his team more often.
It's no good.
Indeed. But this is exactly what they needed to be doing 5 minutes ago. They needed to be smoking into the enemy jungle, using their ward that they have that nobody was detecting.
Slark TBs to bot immediately, just has to go behind T1 because of the PL.
Also, Slark in this early game has the added benefit of being able to see which PL is real because the effect of your passive only procs on the real hero. So that fight bottom, like 7 minutes ago, is just made, now that I think about that much worse.
Well, he's in Radiant Vision, so...
No, that's not what I mean. His E.
Right, okay.
Like, you know that fight where they were
You
hitting...
were really confusing me there, like, what do you mean,
a
bro?
PL illusion and not getting edgy.
Yeah.
He was getting 0 agi, he had no attack effect, because it's got an attack effect associated with it. He should have known by the first hit that it wasn't the real PL. They just went, ooh, damage.
Invisibility rune top. I like how Oracle purged the Hawk out of existence.
Yeah.
Very sad end to a noble life. Slark rushing the hell out of
I think I would have liked to see defusal here, personally, but this is fine.
Yep, PL has completed his defusal, speaking of which, going for Manta and Shard. Be funny if that purged the Invis rune.
No.
Everybody is now going to walk at the PL. PL is going to walk away.
How they had to play this game. Get deep wards and run at PL.
I'm gonna drop a global silence just for the Skyrad down here. Bit interesting. Arena here.
Bring on
the
Cheeseburger.
OD.
That's a good roar.
It's a good tree ult. Goodbye, Matt. Goodbye, Tiny. Goodbye, everybody.
Oh boy.
Yep, 4 kills.
That roar was monstrous.
Very many missed spells as well. They hit the stun on OD, that goes so much easier. He doesn't get his ult off, he doesn't get Astrals off.
PL back at the top of the net worth chart now.
Dire's
easily.
middle tower is under attack.
Got his entire Yasha more or less from that fight.
Yeah, and once he gets that Manta, even Silencer ult doesn't stop him that well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
T1 bot going down. It's a very cursed game because, like, in my mind, I'm just thinking, like, even if they just dove on the PL early, I think this team can fight protect one of them. Like, you've legitimately just got to kill them within the time of the global silence, or you don't kill them at all.
If they just smoke at him, they kill him.
I don't think they
immediately.
have enough damage. I just genuinely don't. I think they arena him, they drop everything on his head, he has, like, 30% HP when the global's done, he hits W, and he's just out of there.
So in that earlier fight bottom, they hit him with 2 spells, which was Slark Q, Pounce, and Mars W, because they didn't know which one was the real one, and they weren't hitting him. He lost 30% of his HP by accident.
Yeah. So he was killable then, but he gets less and less killable. Like Manta's gonna make it.
And this
And
was
that's like the most
this
unideal
was with Hood
situation.
and Tread.
That's the most unideal situation because they didn't have anybody around him at the time. And what I'm saying is, if they like are doing that, and you just have a cloud of people, just you know, if you have Treant just sitting there standing in front of PL with his arms crossed at any time, it's like, yeah, you can kill the Treant very easily. Don't get me wrong. But if they 4 protect 1 on this lineup, like both in the terms of their positioning and in the terms of like physical usage of their skills, I just don't know. I just don't know what you do.
This PL is not as immortal as you think. I don't believe.
Slark is dead.
Slark is very dead.
It's like, at that point, it's not even so much an idea of like, you know, you've got to kill the PL. They already proved early game that's really tough to do. And then, on the other hand, you've also got to, you know, beat down a path to him while that's happening. Interesting fight there. It goes more equally than I kind of expected to. The Slark going down definitely makes that a win for the Radiant.
It's not
equal. If field doesn't die, it's not equal at all.
Well, what I'm saying is, you would expect a fight like that to be everybody on Dire dies, they get nothing out of it. They got something out of it. Better than nothing. They actually came out with more gold than they went in with. Both teams got gold for that encounter somehow.
No,
it's not a win, but it's like...
And they also lose the rush from it, which is
pretty
disastrous.
An absolutely awful fight for Dire. They're just falling further and further behind. They needed to make plays earlier. They have the earlier draft, and they didn't do that, and therefore they get run over by... They have a timer this game. They needed to... They needed to run over this game before their timings were over, and extend their timings. And
I'm glad this is a fight recap.
They didn't do that. And it is extremely hard for them to play from here.
Yeah, I'm really trying to think of what a path to victory for Dire looks like at this point. Like, the only thing I can think of. And he's not going
From this point, they just have to catch PL out. That's it. And now he's got an Aegis, so they can't do that. So they have to wait for Aegis to run out, somehow win a fight, catch him out.
Slark in the clouds here.
Like, Clark needs to buy Shard here.
Yeah, that could definitely help against the PL lineup.
Not looking at it, he's looking at BKB at the moment.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom
T2
tower
bot going down. T3 looking very vulnerable here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower
Stupid
is under
ancient and
attack.
interesting position. Dies of tower shots, so nobody even
It's
gets
not an
money
ancient
for
black
it.
dragon, so what can you do?
Well, this is.
That's true. You got the best ancient in the game.
And now Beastmaster has his HUD. And PL has his Manta style.
Yeah, they can't kill PL anymore. Unless he fucks up terribly.
Dire's
No ifs,
middle
ands, or
tower
buts
is
about it.
under attack.
These people are dying to illusions.
This is
Dire's
getting
middle
really
tower
sad.
has fallen.
This is a PL game. This
Yeah,
is
especially a Valve PL game.
Alright.
yeah.
I mean, that's a good start, but
Yeah, they just
yeah.
Having to press arena, but like you say, he's unkillable. Like they're not even attempting to kill him really, and look how much damage they're doing to him.
You
This
must
is-
not be listening. That's all I'm gonna say to that, because that is not what I've been saying. Again, they did all that to one person, with virtually no assistance from anybody else. They did that in the 1v4 with PL. I'm not
Yeah.
saying he's unkillable. I'm saying that even early on, right? If things start going bad for PL, if they start just like running at him, and then you get 4 protect 1 on him, alright? They were already taking forever to kill him when he's one guy. What the hell are they gonna do when it's 5 that they have to, like, they have to eat through 4 just to get a chance to swing at him?
Okay, now, yeah. I'm saying it's not the same early.
I think early it is. I think early, having to go through the tree, having to go through the beast, having to go through the OD, who's got that very convenient save. I mean, they weren't there, but what I'm saying is, if they start doing that, they will be. And then it's, like I said, you got the global silence. If you don't kill him in that time, I don't think you can. You're done. Goodbye,
oh
Manoy.
man, Manoy's Lord.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle
Unfortunate.
barracks has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Manoy has to buy just to stop this game from ending, and even then he can do nothing about the damage that's already done. I think both to his barracks and to his lineup. I think definitely at this point it feels like there's just not a win condition anymore. PL about to just 1v1 Slark and win.
Radiant are scanning.
Now PL's hoping that somebody's about to jump on him. But I don't think anyone's going to do that. Got the blast rig. Blast rig, a very annoying item if you're PL, so that's the good news. I don't know if annoyance is how you win this game, but it is going to annoy him a lot.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't think it's as annoying. You press Q, the illusion hits it, pops it, and then you go on them.
True.
And whoever.
But if you're in the middle of a big clouded fight, it's, especially if you don't know they have the blast rig yet, can definitely be annoying there.
I guess.
Aw, that's so sad. Tiny gets
Almost
out the
up there.
moment basement, like in the middle of the animation. This is very awkward for the Radiant. Well, things are definitely going well for them. It's hard to see a loss at this point. On the other hand, I don't know if they can really do anything right now except just wait for the next stages. Got the global here.
Oh my.
Can you perform the global? Okay.
Damage from Bobby.
Never mind.
Nice
And
press
things
with
like that are
Cheeseburger.
kind of what I'm talking about. I don't know why he chose to say, okay, because everybody else is here. That's the answer. Things like that are what I was talking about earlier. Like, you know, especially once you consider that the silencer was 6 late. Like, what are you going to do about that if that happens during an arena? You know what I mean? Goodbye, everybody.
Are you lost?
They GG'd out.
Good, they're done.
I would be too. You just lost your dieback Slurk and PL going ultra kill.
The funny thing is that the Sandgangers are far enough behind at this point that Slark is actually up relatively soon. They just don't have any confidence they are actually going to win the base defense, or they get anything if they do, which I would agree with, yeah. Definitely felt like this one spiraled out very badly. Especially, kind of funny, it's like, the net worth differential didn't actually, like, hit terribly much until the final fight. They never went above 5k until everybody died there. And the kills are actually still favoring Sandgangers at the end of the game, just because the Skywrath just kind of spent a lot of this game just getting picked. But yeah, I mean, I'll try to keep this short because this guy who just came off the back of a truck needs to go to work. But TLDR, yeah, the Skywrath Mage got beat up, but I feel like that's the only thing that Los Muertas just had happened to them in this entire game. PL went completely unkilled. I think the best they realistically could have even done is maybe 1 or 2 kills on him. Like I said, I just don't think if 4 are protecting the PL, I don't know how you kill him in this game. Like, especially considering the global came out so late anyway. Like, Silencer was the last person, I believe, in the game to hit 6. So that certainly didn't help matters. Everything was predicated on, like, these awesome global silences, and they just fell so far behind that even a few good globals just didn't do anything for them in the end. And that's it. See what happens next time.